When you're stuck in a toxic job, the standard advice is almost always the same: just quit. But for most of us, that isn't a practical option. If you have bills to pay or a family to support, walking out today without a backup plan isn't a solution. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to build a personalized 3-part workplace survival action plan to manage the situation while you're still there. This system focuses on 3 specific areas: neutralizing negative peer groups, disarming hostile management during feedback, and carving out a microculture within your immediate workflow. Before we begin, grab a physical notebook and a pen. We are using physical paper because the act of writing actually helps slow down the brain's emotional response, which is a key part of the tactics we're about to implement. Moving these problems from your head onto a physical page allows you to look at them objectively. It marks the transition from simply enduring the environment to documenting and managing it. Open your notebook to the first page and write the header, Peer Boundaries. Every toxic office has a complaint loop, coworkers who spend their time focusing on everything that is going wrong. Because of a psychological process called mirroring, being around this constant negativity forces your brain to adopt that same sense of helplessness. When a coworker starts a rant, use this defensive tactic. Silently force your brain to list 3 factual inaccuracies in their argument. By looking for errors in their logic, you stop your brain from internalizing their emotional state. To stop a complaint loop out loud, use this script. I understand the process is difficult. Within our specific team, is there an actionable way we can deal with this right now? This shifts the conversation from venting to problem solving, which usually ends the loop. Look at this chart. Differentiate between noise, generic emotional venting, and signal, quantitative data, like a 15% client churn rate. While peers complain, log this data to predict company instability and prepare your exit long before a crisis. Forcing logic into these emotional interactions prevents you from mirroring the negativity of your peers. Instead of becoming a victim of the culture, you're extracting information that helps you understand the health of the business. Turn to page 2. Write the header, Feedback Translation. At the very top, in large letters, write, "This person is not my enemy." Reading this phrase before a hostile review signals the brain to remain calm, transitioning from a red state of high alert to a stable, cool blue. During the session, transcribe exactly what your manager says, word for word. This has a practical effect on the manager. When someone sees their words being recorded exactly as they are spoken, they often instinctively moderate their tone and become less aggressive. For you, the act of transcribing forces your brain to process the words as raw data points. This makes it easier to ignore the insults or the angry delivery and focus only on the literal information. If the feedback is too vague, like "you're not a team player," use this script. Could you provide 2 specific examples or data points where you saw this behavior? This forces them to provide objective metrics rather than attacking your character. By separating the literal words from the emotional delivery, you turn personal attacks into a list of tasks. This protects your self-worth while giving you a clear set of items to address. Turn to page 3 and write the header, My Microculture. Look at this flowchart. Toxicity comes from 3 places. You cannot change leadership or structural incentives, but you can influence cultural toxicity. Stop trying to fix the entire company. Focus entirely on hacking your immediate team's habits to make daily life manageable. If your manager demands weekend FaceTime, use a technical workaround. Finish your work on Friday, but use the Schedule Send feature to have the email arrive at 2 a.m. on Saturday. This satisfies their expectation without you actually being online. If the office requires you to sit at your desk for long hours regardless of your workload, batch your real tasks into the first few hours of the day. Use the remaining mandatory desk time for your own personal admin tasks, like banking or planning. Finally, at the bottom of page 3, write this in bold. Exit trigger, physical health. Listen, you need a hard limit here. If you experience persistent back pain, neck issues, or declining medical readings, it means the survival tactics are no longer enough. This is your sign that you must prioritize an exit plan over staying in the role. While building a microculture helps you reclaim your time day to day, Setting this physical red flag ensures that you never sacrifice your long-term health for a temporary paycheck. Look at the 3-page plan you've just built. You now have specific scripts for your peers, a translation system for hostile feedback, and practical ways to reclaim your time. You are no longer just absorbing the stress of the environment. You are actively managing it. Review your plan and identify the one tactic you'll use first. Let us know which one it is in the comments below. Toxic workplaces rely on employees feeling like they have no choice but to endure the dysfunction. By following this system, you're building a barrier between the company's problems and your own well-being until you're ready to move on.